But beneath all the bluster, I can tell you they have a very healthy respect for Manchester United. They know they have to perform to their game plan to seek out success here and not let the likes of Hughes settle on the ball, supported by Ince. The fast start coming from Alex Ferguson's men. Hughes has the shot. Just when it looked, and one or two of the Wimbledon players were wondering about a whistle.
I have to say it's wonderful refereeing from David Ellery. He could easily have given a free kick there, but he spots quickly that Hughes has got an opportunity. And Hans Segers almost makes a mess of it.
Over the crowd, and the whistle has gone.
Well, you can expect lots of this today. Lots of pressure whenever they can, in and around Manchester United's 18-yard box.
John Scales right in there. And Fashioner's header stopped on the line itself by the dive of Schmeichel. Kanchelskis gets the better of Gary Elkins. Fitzgerald is drawn across. Hughes coming in. Wimbledon had players scuttling back from the set piece in the other half. Parker. David Ellery will have to diffuse it here. Jones on Cantona. A lot of United players wanted to defend the Frenchman's honour.
Well, that's balmy. How can you defend Vinnie Jones, though, Martin? It's absolutely balmy. Makes no attempt to go for the ball. It's crude, it's high. All that remains to be seen is just how serious David Ellery takes it.
Wimbledon, it might surprise you to know, have not had a player sent off all season. But David Ellery did show the red card to Vinnie Jones when he was a Sheffield United player. I would suggest it's a yellow one here. Well, any other discretion of that nature, and there can only be one outcome. Alex Ferguson watching at the outset from the stand alongside Martin Edwards. Knowing his volatile nature, if he'd been on the touchline, he might have been on the pitch a minute or two ago. Scott Fitzgerald. Well, it's Jones again.
Well, he's on thin ice, he really is. This ball's gone, and he just runs straight in to Paul Parker. He really is taking a huge gamble here. I think David Ellery's conscious of the fact there's been a lot of publicity about this as well, Martin. And I think he doesn't want to be seen to be overreacting.
I think John Fashioner is conscious of the fact that Vinnie Jones is on thin ice. See the FIFA badge on David Ellery's chest. He is highly regarded in the world of refereeing, and that, emphatically, is a final warning. Irwin. Ince. Palace to move on and have a shot. Not particularly encouraged to do that. A patient game from United, finally crossed in by Giggs. Oh, can Hughes convert it here? Barton got to it. Jones eases it down. Anywhere will do for Peter Fear. Wimbledon hanging on by a thread then. And Warren Barton got back. Otherwise, Mark Hughes would have been putting Manchester United into the lead.
Warren Barton got back, and Hans Segers got lucky. He's down on the ground, look at that. Had he not hit his leg there, Mark Hughes would have had a simple tap-in.
Cantona. Parker. It's a useful cross. Cantona! Trying to guide it back inside that far post as we look and as he looked.
Well, he's been on the edge of the game so far, but in that one moment, he played the pass wide and immediately made his way into the danger area. Wasn't an easy header, but you can see what he's trying to do. He's looking to go back the way it came. The thing to do, not only does it give you a chance of scoring that side, but if one of your teammates is coming in on the header, they've got a chance of tapping it in.
And Manchester United have been helped by that. They're the bosses in midfield at the moment. Irwin. Kelsky's coming in. Elkins' header only goes to Cantona. Glorious goal! 2 minutes before half-time, and what can you do about that?
Quite amazing.
Had no answer.
Quite amazing. It's not a great header defensively. You can see how Gary Elkins is struggling. He needs a call. He needs his goalkeeper to help him, or he needs a far better header. But from that, it's all about the magic of Eric Cantona. Watch the way he just backs away, takes one touch to set it up. And what about the quality of the volley? Quite sensational. Look at that. One to admire, time and time again. And that's the answer. Well, it was important for Joe Kinnear to get his team in at 0-0 at half-time, Martin. They haven't been able to do that because of the brilliance of that man.
His 18th goal of the season. Something very special indeed. But plenty of justice in the scoreline for Alec Ferguson. Manchester United growing and growing as the half developed. Eric Cantona has the goal to his name. Andy Gray believed the linesman might have put a flag up, and David Ellery might have had the right to overrule him.
I think that's what we should have, Martin. Like Bobby Gould, I was too busy admiring the quality of the strike. But when a situation like that arises, I just think it's a linesman's duty. If he sees a player in an offside position, to stick his flag up. Then there would have been plenty of time for David Ellery and himself to have a little chat, and if David Ellery felt the goal should stand, to go ahead. But I think the linesman's duty, if a player's in an offside position, is to stick his flag up and let the referee decide.
Wimbledon have made their reputation by their reaction in difficulties against the odds. Well, the odds look against them here and in this attack. Before Joe Kinnear could get back to the bench, it was almost 2-0. Keane. Kanchelskis, Parker.
It's the one area I feel that Paul Parker lets himself down in too often at that level. It's a wonderful opportunity for him now. Look at the huge gap there. Now watch Hughes. He wants it near post. And that's poor quality for an international defender.
Keane. Oh, and it's run on for Giggs. Oh, off the goalkeeper, off the post. Back to Hughes. And then Jones played the ball. It looked an absolutely surefire 2-0 lead for Manchester United.
Well, normally you'd be saying wonderful goalkeeping, but I think it's a terrible miss from Ryan Giggs. I almost think Hans Segers had given it up, Martin. As the ball was played through, I thought Warren Barton was going to have trouble with the spin on this if he let it bounce. That's what happened. Spin defeats him. Now it's a case of take your pick. Hans Segers has gone back and back and back, and Ryan Giggs just smashes it straight against him. He could have picked his spot anywhere.
Offside, the ball was deflected in any case. Giggs. Cantona. Hughes. And over. Just for a second, it looked as though it might drop back into play, and Giggs was hoping that it would.
That was a fine save. Look at the perfection in the ball from Cantona. That wasn't a big area you had to pick out for Mark Hughes, but he picked it out beautifully. Encouraging Hughes to go for the top corner, and Segers had to be at his best.
Another corner. It was another United attack in which Wimbledon were chasing the shadows. It was on the cards. And Hans Segers and company must feel now that their FA Cup adventure is over and Manchester United are moving on into the quarter-finals.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind they're looking for Gary Pallister out the near post, but Paul Ince makes a run in behind him. Go in behind a big man, and sometimes you get the drops. That's what Paul Ince does. Pallister misses it. Ince is right behind him, and that's a very fine header. Whether he knew too much about where it was actually going, Paul Ince, I don't know.
Kanchelskis is one of them. Parker. Keane. They're queuing up here. Ince. Cantona. Ince involves Giggs on the left. Now Owen.
Keep ball, Martin. Come and get it if you want it.
There's the acceleration. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Dennis Irwin. The whole cup tie summed up in an instant. The superior side absolutely stunning the opposition.
Well, I've been sitting here beside you applauding this goal because it was quite breathtaking. They played a little bit of keep ball, they kept possession, they sucked them out, and suddenly Dennis Irwin injected the pace that you've come to expect from their attacks, showed wonderful composure, and just stuffs it into the net. And I tell you what, all before that was quite wonderful. Quite a joy to watch. He's bringing off two of his very important players that he's going to need on Wednesday night. And he's given two squad players a game, and that's good to see.
A very loyal Brian McClare and Dion Dublin, who's had very few chances, of course, partly because of the quality of the other players in his position. And you don't often see that with the game still going on. Parker. Dublin. Keane. McClare. Behind Fear. Giggs in the centre. Oh, deflected towards the goal and not into it by Barton. Segers was straining to cover the near post. Could easily have been four.
Well, moves like this deserve to end in a goal. Again, it was wonderful play. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to just feed it in across the edge of the 6-yard box for either Dublin or Giggs.
And now cutting in with a threat. Dublin looking to lay it back for Ince, hit it slightly. Another step towards the treble for Manchester United, towards turning what even Alex Ferguson believes is impossible into reality. A superb performance here. Eric Cantona showing the quality with the opening goal, although Wimbledon will wonder about whether there should have been an offside against Andrei Kanchelskis. Paul Ince got the second with a stooping header from a corner. And the third, emphasising just how much Wimbledon have been taken to the cleaners, from Dennis Irwin. And United show, yet again, whatever the approach from the opposition, they have the class to counter it. 32 games unbeaten, 23 of those matches won, a 7th in succession now. And as far as the FA Cup itself is concerned, a place in the quarter-finals for the first time since they last won the trophy 4 years ago.